Well, howdy everyone, and welcome to a new Let's Play here on my channel. I know it's been a while since I've done any kind of real content here, and I do apologize for that. Work and stuff get in the way of things. But I love my job. I absolutely love my job, but it has kept me from actually making some new content on this channel. I'm still working on my No Man's Sky series in the background, but while we are here, since there is a new pre-release out, Minecraft 1.15.2, I thought we would do a new Let's Play based in the pre-release snapshot world of 1.15.2, since there hasn't really been much change from 1.15.1. But on the other hand, they have made some changes to bees and a few other things, and some quality of life upgrades and bug fixes and stuff like that. And I was considering calling this Derpcraft Season 2, but that was kind of its own thing after a while on the MC Harmony server, and I didn't want to really make another season on that. So we're just going to make this a general Let's Play. I want to jump in on this and have some fun in 1.15.2. And the seed we are using for this is actually going to be my name, because this is actually kind of a cool seed if it's the same seed that was 1.15.1 that I tested out. So this is going to be the seed we're going to be using for this. So if you want to play along in the background, by all means, just type in my name into the seed field, and we're going to call this Kusa Plays 1.15.2. And let's go. And you can see we've actually spawned into kind of a hilly area here with a dark oak forest right over there. We've got ourselves a mixed forest, a nice little hill here, a desert area, and a swamp. So we're right in the middle of 4 different biomes. We've got a cow. That's fun. So what else do we have here? Lake. So this is our spawn area, which is nice. Ooh, we got a savanna over there. I forgot about that. So we got 5 biomes right next to spawn here. So let's go around. We're going to do some exploring. We're going to do all the standard Minecraft stuff in this particular Let's Play. And, ooh, wait a minute. Need that for my bed later. And some seeds. Yay! And a chicken. Hooray for chickens. So let's get going. We gotta punch trees. It's always fun starting a new world because you start with, I love the fact that you start with nothing, and you gotta punch trees and get resources and look for stuff and all sorts of cool things. So we're gonna punch some trees to get started here, like you would in every Minecraft world. And then we're going to take a quick exploration around and see what we've got in this particular area. We're probably going to go over to that desert over there, get some cactus, wander around in there, maybe go over to the swamp. I want to check out Savannah, and we got to figure out where we want to live for this playthrough too. So let's get going. And not a minute from spawn, we have this little cave over in the desert area that's got some iron and some coal. What's over here? Some more coal. So yeah. Looks like we're starting off pretty good here. So those of you who've watched my Minecraft versus mental illness videos, you might be wondering, why are we doing a new Let's Play? Why aren't we doing something in that particular world, since that's a established world that you've worked so hard on? And the answer to that question is because it's an established world I've worked so hard on. And I'm not getting rid of that world. I'm probably going to be doing more stuff from that world in time. But for this particular one, I wanted to start a brand new Let's Play and take you through, because I just realized that I hadn't really done that in a while. As just started a brand new world from scratch and showed you how I did things as far as gathering resources, as far as building my own house and my different strategies and things like that. And remember, I'm still kind of new to this game. I've only been playing... Oh, hello, world lag. I've only been playing for about 2 years. So I'm still learning as I go, and some of the strategies that I use are not the strategies you're going to see other people use that are more experienced Minecraft players, or maybe they're less experienced Minecraft players, or more experienced Minecraft players that just play differently than I do. There's no one way that people play this game. Look at all this coal, man. Let's use up this wooden pickaxe to get some more stone. But there's no one right way to play the game. There's no one right way to get started, to get going. Notice I now have a full set of stone tools. Some people just get the axe and a pickaxe and call it a day, and they don't actually bother with the stone sword or the hoe or any of that. I like to have a full suite of tools as soon as possible, just for my own peace of mind. So that way I feel like I have everything that I need, so that anywhere I go, anywhere I settle down, I'll be able to start doing things like farming, I'll be able to do mining, dig out different areas, do landscaping, do everything you need to do to get everything ready to go in your particular Minecraft world. So no two people play alike, and I wanted to start off a new world from scratch, and I found this seed just doing some testing, and the Akoto Kusamoto seed is actually really cool. It's got a lot of really interesting stuff nearby. It's got a lot of resources. So I did vet this seed a little bit before we actually started doing this Let's Play here. Not very much. I just sort of looked around just to see what was going on. Like, I didn't find this little cavern before in my testing. I was sort of running around looking at different seeds. But this little cavern is actually really handy, because look at all this iron and coal and all this different stuff we can get here. Look, there's more iron over there. Nice. So we're going to be sorted pretty quickly as far as being able to get an iron pickaxe, some basic iron tools, all the things we need to get going in our world. So, whoop, well, there went that. Oh, darn. We've broken our wooden pickaxe. Darn it all anyway. We've got everything out of here now, so let's go pick up our crafting table and wander off and see what else we can find out here. After some quick mining, we have a fair amount of iron ore. We've got some sandstone that I'm going to use for constructing a house, I believe. So, because I haven't really built with sandstone in a really long time. And wouldn't you know it, just right over here, just right on the other side of spawn, we've got a village. Fantastic. Let's go see if we can acquire some goods from the villagers. And we totally won't be stealing everything they own that isn't nailed down. No, really. Really, we won't. And this bed, Grinched the Grinched, was the first thing to go. Ooh, potatoes and carrots. I'll just be taking these, don't mind me. Ooh, bread. Bread, potatoes, a feather, and we'll just take the chest too. I suppose I could just broken the chest after I looked at it, couldn't I? Oh well. What's in chest number 2? More bread, potatoes and apples. We can make a potato apple sandwich. Yay us. Don't mind me. Just taking some hay. Ooh, bread and food's always good. We'll take that. Oh, were those yours? I'm very sorry, kid. You know, needs of the many and all that. 4th chest. Ooh, emeralds. We'll totally take that off your hands. Oh, it's what I wanted to see. Yes, give me the books. Give me the books. So handy. Why is that tree on fire over there? Do you know? Well, we've played out that village, but I just looked behind the village, and lo and behold, look what we've got over here. We have a mesa biome. I love this seed. This seed is so cool. Mesas, I think, are my second favorite biome now, with the only one being better than those being the Mesa Bryce. Which, by the way, if you've never been to Bryce Canyon, I highly recommend it. It is absolutely just one of the neatest places on Earth. It's in Utah, so you do have to drive through Utah to get there, but it's just such a pretty place. And this is, ooh, we got a river over there, we've got all these mesas, we got all the terracotta we can eat, and we've got a birch forest right there. So we do actually have a source of wood that we can get to easily, other than, you know, over there. But we don't have any exposed mines over here is the only issue I see, but it's not that huge of an issue. Let's get some sticks. I think... Do I want to build here? Do I want to keep going? I think I want to build here, because I don't think I've ever built in a mesa before. And since we got that village right down there, and we can conscript the villagers, we could definitely do something very cool with this. Oh, we've got bees. Nice. Where are the bees? Where are the bees at? Where are you going, buddy? We gotta go see where the bees are at. Where'd he go? Oh, there it is. So where's your hive? Or are you just flying around? Are you a rogue bee? Your hives got to be around here somewhere, right? Hives can, in fact, spawn on birch trees. They don't just spawn on oak anymore. If they ever did to begin with. I don't remember. But they can spawn on birch trees. I just don't see it around here. But I think, rather than actually building in the mesa proper, I think this is going to be where we're going to have our house at. Because we've got plenty of animals down there. We've got sheep, we've got pigs, we've got cows. We've got plenty of raw materials. We've got terracotta. Everything we could possibly want. And we do have some of this sandstone. And we can actually go over here and just get some more sandstone if we want to. I think this is where we're going to build our house at. So let's clear off some area. Alright, so we've got some food cooking, we've got some iron smelting, we've got a couple of chests down and a bed, so we have our base at this point, but we're going to make this a lot better. We need to actually clear off all this, clear off this birch, and start building an actual house here. And I think I'm going to use an interesting technique for a starter house. Ooh, steak's done. Can I do this in third person from this angle of camera without burning? Ow, 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 no, I can't. Don't be me, kids. But I think we're going to build a type of house that I've built. I don't think I've ever built it before. I've seen it built, though, so we're going to try it and see exactly how it looks. But before we get back to house building, and wow, this helmet makes it look like I have two dark pits for eyes. Fear me. Anyway, before we get to house building, we need resources. So we're going to start digging ourselves a quick mine somewhere. Probably down there? I don't know. We'll dig it somewhere. We're going to do a quick mining expedition here. So it is time for ridiculous first-person time-lapse of Doom. Yes, of Doom. So, I don't have the replay mod. I don't have anything that would help me record all that well. So, I apologize if you get seasick. But we're going to dig down here. How about over here? We're going to dig down. We're going to get some resources. We're going to do some mining. And let me know in the comments how many resources you think I'm going to get. How much coal, iron, lapis, redstone, diamonds, gold, all that fun stuff. So get your votes in the comments and let's start digging. So while you're watching the time lapse here, let's talk about what we're planning on doing in this particular Let's Play. What are our goals? What are we looking to do? So my goals in this are actually fairly straightforward. I want to actually do things that I haven't done before and actually build in styles using different types of block palettes that I haven't tried before. So a lot of times I find myself building with the same old kind of materials because I really like building with them. I like using andesite and stone bricks and quartz and all different types of wood, and it's sort of a, I don't know, I guess the block palette to me has gotten a little bit stale, so I wanted to actually try something a little bit different. So I decided rather than doing it in an existing world, I'd start a whole new world with a whole new Let's Play to actually go through just to test new things, try out some new stuff, and also to just play around with the new 1.15.2 mechanics, so some of the changes they've made to bees, and some of the quality of life changes, and so on and so forth. So I'll probably continue doing this in the snapshots, and then when 1.16 hits, and we have the nether snapshots, and the new combat upgrades, depending on whether or not Jeb ever gets done with those, which I'm starting to wonder at this point, because it seems like he's tried 10 different times to try and get combat changes done, so they're a little bit weird right now. If you've watched any of the IBX Toy Cat videos or some other people that have gone over a lot of the various different combat changes, it seems like they're having to change their combat changes every time they go through. On top of that, I also wanted to do more with the various different people in my community. So if you've got ideas for builds, or you've got something that you think you want to see me try, I definitely want to hear from you and see what I can do here, because I want to challenge myself to do different and new things. So if you guys have any ideas for the kind of stuff that you think that you would like to see me try to build, I would like to hear from you. So definitely put it down in the comments section below. And like I said, block palette is something that I want to definitely switch up, because my block palette choices are usually more of what you consider sort of the standard Minecrafty blocks, because that's what I grew up with when in this game. I grew up with cobblestone and stone bricks and basic materials. And while I can build some fairly good looking structures out of basic materials, I want to try some new types of stuff, some new types of materials. If you have comments about it, if you want to get some specific build, let me know, and I would gladly do it for you. So let's get back to the gameplay. Well, I didn't intend that to be adventures in caving, but it kind of turned out that way now, didn't it? So we are finally down here at y equals 11. As you can see, we've got plenty of obsidian to work with, and we broke into yet another cave. And caves, for those of you who are just starting out playing this game, or if you've been playing for a while and you try and avoid caves, caves are awesome because if you just look at the amount of stuff that I've gotten without going through a whole bunch of tools to get it. I've gone through 2 stone pickaxes and maybe half my iron pickaxe, and I've got a ton of iron, a ton of gold, a fair amount of diamonds already. And now we're actually going to start our mine proper here. So we've got a few things that we've got set out down here. I always bring enough wood to either bring enough wood or bring 2 double chests, or bring 2 chests with me so you have a double chest so you can drop everything off in it, so that you can have an easy place to actually go back and forth and drop everything off to get more resources, enough for a crafting table, and then I usually will make a furnace just to cook some stuff up while I'm actually mining down here. So highly recommend you bring double chest and a crafting table with you, and then also out of the cobblestone that you've got, make some stairs. So that way you're not having to jump up and down all of these things, and you just run up, and it saves on your hunger, which early on in your Minecraft world is very good, because food will become a problem very, very quickly unless you run into a village like I did and get a whole bunch of bread, and then find some cows, and yeah, I mean, you can't guarantee that happening, so I would always make some stairs enough to at least take you up to the surface so that you don't have to worry about using up your hunger jumping up and down these blocks here, because running up and down stairs takes no hunger from your hunger bar, which is really, really handy. So I'm going to get these placed in, and then we're going to go back to mining and back to the time lapse so we actually do some real, actual mining instead of this weird half mining, half caving thing I've been doing. So let me sleep, go back downstairs, and we'll pick it right back up. And while we're here, let's discuss mining strategies. Now, you can mine pretty much any way you really want to, as long as you get down to a certain level to go to the diamond level, which is y equals anywhere between 6 and 16. I like y equals 11 because if you notice, this stuff right underneath me used to be lava. So y equals 10 is where lava will typically spawn the most. So if you go to y equals 11, you get one layer above the lava, and this will come in handy later, of course, because we're going to be making nether portals and things. So let's count this off. 1, 2, 4. So I like this version of mining, which is sometimes called branch mining or strip mining. So you go in usually 4 blocks and then go down this direction. And every 4 blocks you basically go down another path. Now I like to go, in the early game anyway, as far as 1 stone pickaxe will take me. So I'll basically use up the durability on this stone pickaxe and then get all the resources that I find after the durability has been used up with my iron pickaxe or another stone pickaxe if I've got one sitting around. Ooh, hello, what's this? Oh, that's interesting. Let's see what's in here. And always investigate these little side branches, because sometimes there's really good resources in them. Are there any diamonds? Diamonds? I don't see... Is that cobblestone? No. I remember where this is. This is where those other diamonds were that I found down here where I walled everything off. Aha! Alright, I thought that was a spawner for a second. False alarm. Continue. And I guess I shouldn't be too terribly surprised, because we've broken into yet another cave. But this is actually a ravine. Ooh, hello. There's the stuff. I didn't even see that when I broke in here. We've broken into an actual ravine. Is that more? Oh my goodness. There and there. And is there more over there? Maybe. No. Possibly. But this is a very cavey kind of mine that I've got here. But you know what? If it works, and if it's stupid and it works, and ain't stupid, I will totally take this. Look at all this stuff. We've got lapis, we've got coal, we've got redstone, we've got gold, we've got iron, we've got a little bit of everything. Yeah, I'll totally take this. Wow. Alright, let's get to mining. And after about an hour, we have mined out the equivalent of 6 stone pickaxes worth of stuff, and as you can see down my hotbar there, almost 1 entire iron pickaxe of amazing resources. Let's see what we actually able to get after that 1 hour. We've got Quite a bit. We actually had more coal than this. I just had to use some to actually smelt some stuff up. So we actually had close to, I'd say, 8 stacks of coal when all was said and done. We've got a little over a stack of lapis. We've got 4 and 3/4 stacks redstone. We got 15 diamonds, which is not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. And we got a little over a stack of gold and a little over 2 and 3/4 stacks of iron. So I think we need to use this iron to get ourselves chest plate. Oop, bucket. We've got leggings, boots. Oh yeah, much better. And let's go ahead and get some more tools going here. So we need to get yet another iron pickaxe. Do we have enough iron to get all iron tools at this point? We probably do, but I probably want to save some of it too. So let's actually just grab, what do we want? Let's get one more iron pick. And how about an iron shovel, iron axe, you know what? Let's just get all iron everything. while we're thinking about it, let's just iron ourselves up completely so that we've got all iron stuff and we are complete and ready to go with any eventuality. One full set of iron tools later, I feel much better about life, and now it's time to actually get started on the base construction. As soon as we have to sort of level this area out, and then we are going to do sort of a cliffside hacienda style building. So we're going to go over there and we're going to get a bunch of that white terracotta that you see, and probably some of the regular terracotta as well, in addition to the birch and the sandstone that we've got. And then for the flooring, we're actually going to use a block I absolutely hate. We are going to use, actually we're going to use 2 blocks I hate. We're going to use this stuff. Yep, that's diorite. But for flooring, actually, if you take this diorite and mix it and polish it up, you have to polish it. You can't have it just plain. It's just hideous. But polished diorite and polished granite actually go really well together as a flooring, especially for like a Spanish hacienda, northern Mexico kind of builds. If you've ever been to that particular area and you've gone into some of the old haciendas in the area, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like that terrazzo style floor that's usually red and white or red and blue or any number of other things. I'm going to go with red and white, which means we're going to need to get quite a bit of this. What does that give me? It gives me that. That gives me a little over a stack. That should be plenty. And then we need to go down and get ourselves some more granite, which I think I saw down here. Yes, I did. So we'll get ourselves some more granite, and we'll be able to do a really cool, like, terrazzo-style floor for our hacienda using diorite and granite, 2 of the blocks that people hate the most, typically speaking. I can't think of anyone who goes out of their way to try and make things out of granite and diorite, but actually in this particular case, and I can't stand diorite. I for the longest time I just tried to figure out what I could use it for, and I couldn't think of anything. And then all of a sudden one day I was putting various different blocks together, and I looked at the color combo and went, that actually isn't bad at all. So how much does that give me? That gives me 40. Let's get a little bit more, and then we'll go wandering back upstairs, and I'll show you what this flooring is actually going to look like and how it's actually not as terrible as you might think it would be. So let's get that and that. Oh, some andesite while we're here. You can always use andesite. Andesite's one of those blocks I always build with. But I'm trying to actually build in a new style with a new block palette and new patterns, just to sort of challenge myself. Because I've gotten to the point where, like bog standard houses and things like that, I can build those just fine. I can build regular houses just fine. Hello, let's get some more of you. I can build regular houses just fine. I can build mini, tiny houses pretty well. I can do modern builds. I can do medieval style. I can do a lot of different things, but the one thing I haven't tried is something like this. So I'm curious to see if I can actually pull it off. So just as a quick example of here, what I'm talking about doing. So we've got our polished granite and we've got our polished diorite. So polished granite by itself, I mean, it kind of looks, it's not, if you went with an entire floor of nothing but this, I mean, just imagine what that would look like. It would be way too pinkish, reddish, whatever color you want to call it. It'd look like someone had had an accident on your rug. and not in a good way. Um, so you've got to have something to offset it, either dark or light. And when you start putting this around it, so there you go. So that's going to be our flooring, and I actually think that does look pretty good when you've got two blocks that, generally speaking, are not all that pretty to begin with, because the diorite has the same problem. You put it and nothing else down, now you've got this really bright floor. So you need something to offset it, and having the granite there to offset it actually turns out pretty good, and it gives you this very southwestern-y style of build. Now you could choose any number of blocks. You could even do concrete if you wanted to do it that way, or concrete powder. Just you would have to have one light, one dark, or one medium, one light, because I'm trying to think of what this would look like with something like black concrete, and I think it would just be way too dark. And if you put in black concrete with the white, it would look like a kitchen at a diner. So I think the red and white actually does look pretty good as far as a floor goes. So that's going to be our floor once we get our house figured out as far as what we're doing here. And as I said, we're doing a cliffside hacienda style build. Since we're right next to the mesa here, it kind of makes sense, I think. So you just we're going to basically have it hanging over here and then attached down here. So it's going to come out to about, let's grab some cobblestone. We'll actually rough this out a little bit. So I want to have it come out about there, I think, is probably going to be good. And then we'll come over a 9. So I think that this is going to be about where... Don't step on the fire. I think that's going to be about where the house is going to come out to. So it's going to go back a little bit further, and then we're going to have it actually come over here. So it'll be like an L shape over here. So you'll have a long area here, and then you'll have this, which will be sort of the rest of the house, but you'll have a little patio out here and a deck. And that's what the plan is so far. So I'm probably going to need more resources, but I definitely am going to need that terracotta from over there, the white especially. But I might also take a look at that light gray and maybe just the standard terracotta. And then we've got our sandstone in here. We've got a stack and a half of that for accents. We've got our diorite. We've got our granite. And then we have some birchwood for accents and eaves and things like that. So yeah, I think this is actually going to look really good when we get done. And after about an hour's worth of resource gathering, planting some trees, going over and taking out part of this little mountain of terracotta we've got over here, we have got the basic outline for our hacienda done. So I think you can probably see where I'm going with this. So we're going to have effectively a 3-wing building with a small upper story here in the middle for a bedroom, sort of sleeping area kind of place. We've chosen birch for the outside. I've got these right now, but I might actually switch these over to fence rather than walls. I think they're too beefy for that. We have a very hacienda style building. We're using the white terracotta, sort of outlining these huge bay windows. Ooh, and falling in a hole. And then on the inside, we've got a red and white floor, which I think looks really good with the terracotta and the white going around. And we're using sandstone sort of as accents. Even though I got a bunch of it, I decided at the 11th hour we'd use it as accents more than anything. And then out the back, we have our little patio area here, which I think turned out really well. And actually the the sandstone walls do look good as sort of a support for that. So I'm very happy with that. And then we're going to put sort of a pergola on the outside here once we're done. So rather than a full roof over this, it'll be just sort of a pergola style roofing with some kind of lighting. I'm not sure what yet. And definitely not torches. So, and then we've got the red sandstone that I'm using as part of the roof, at least over this part, which I thought about for a while because it's got this very orangey kind of texture. It sort of goes with this build and is different enough so it doesn't look like it's red overload, which I was kind of afraid of, having the terracotta and the granite and then the roofing. So we're using the red sandstone slabs as roofing over the main entrance here, and then I've kind of got to decide what I want to do with these here, because we do have these 3 are symmetrical, those 2 are symmetrical, but then this is slightly off a little bit, so this side is not going to be as symmetrical as this side. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do that and have it look good when I'm done. But I'm very happy with the way this is turning out so far. And of course, there'll be more things we'll do with the interior. Like we might put in like a terrazzo floor, or not a terrazzo, oh my god, what's it called? What's it called? Why can't I think of words? Uh, Terrace. There we go. So like a terrace on the inside here for a second floor. And then I'm trying to decide if I want to put storage down here, or maybe I'll put storage against this wall, or if I want to have a separate building for storage just in general. I think I might actually go separate building because that seems like that would make more sense. One thing I need to stress when you're doing stuff like this is a fairly sizable build for this early on in this particular world. But what I do want to stress is, notice we've got a Hacienda build chest here, which has all of the things that we've been using. We've got our white terracotta, light gray, brown, regular sandstone, our sandstone slabs, black stained glass, which I think looks really good in this build. I love black stained glass. I think it's my favorite stained glass of all of them. But when you're planning out a build like this, get a build chest and put everything in there. And some people say to do this in creative first, so especially when you've got a fairly sizable build you're doing early on in your Minecraft world, that you should go into a creative world and sort of build it that way. I usually just freestyle things. So I usually don't have a build in a creative world that I'm sort of keeping in mind. I just go in and sort of freestyle until it looks right. And I don't know, your mileage may vary. Some people like doing that. Some people would much rather go to a creative world to figure things out and plan it out first. I like to build as I go because invariably I'll go build something in a creative world and then I'll get about halfway through it and then realize, this doesn't look exactly like I thought it was going to look, or this doesn't look exactly like it looked in creative, or I don't have access to this particular block, or whatever it happens to be, and I'll switch up midstream. So I just freestyle my builds usually. And, I mean, it probably shows. I'm not as good a builder as, someone like Dallas Med, or Waddles, or Grian, or those guys. But I like freestyling stuff. Now, once again, if you want to go into a creative world and build it, I'm not going to hold it against you. I'm not going to say don't do it, because if you want to plan things out to that kind of detail, go for it. Especially if you're planning to do something like circular constructions or oval buildings and things like that. I would highly recommend doing that, just so you've got the shape right. But when you're talking about the stuff that I do, normally I'm using rectangles and right angles and things like this. I don't like doing circles because I'm just not good at it. So I kind of just go on the fly with what I do here. And I think, actually, this turns out really well, but I think I am going to replace these with oak fence rather than the sandstone walls. I just think it's just too chunky for what we've got going on here in the front. So I'm going to get some more oak wood, replace those, and I'm going to also try and figure out what we're going to do with the roof here, and we'll go from there. Alright, please don't look stupid, 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 please don't look stupid. Actually, that looks pretty good. Huh. So this part right here, don't look over here. This part this isn't done. This doesn't exist. Just shrink your screen down so it's just like from here over. But that is what the rest of the roof is going to look like on the other side. So that actually, yeah, I kind of like how that is turning out. Ooh, and the sun's right behind it. Oh, here's our screenshot. Here's our screenshot. Fantastic. So yeah, I think that actually looks pretty good, surprisingly. I'll have to do something with that little corner right there. But yeah, I'm kind of happy with the way it turned out. I'm not entirely happy with this back wall here. I'm going to do something with that to give it a little bit more detail on this side. But we added in the roof here, and of course we'll sort of mix things up around here a little bit so you don't have this. Well, actually, no, we got to put something on it. We'll put something on it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Actually, it's not bad. It's not terrible. Okay. We got a lot to do. We got a lot of things that we've got to get done, and that means a lot of grinding off camera for me to get a lot more sand for red sandstone, more stairs, and all that stuff. But I'm really kind of digging how this turned out so far, so I'm very happy with it. I hope you've enjoyed. This is our first episode. I'm probably going to make this a short mini-series, maybe longer, depending on how everyone thinks about it. If you like it, then we'll keep going. Just kind of depends. So, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. I really appreciate you coming along. Make sure you click the subscribe button if you are new here and want to get more Minecraft and other open world indie game content. I do a lot of Minecraft, I do No Man's Sky, I do Fallout, I do a bunch of other stuff. So sooner or later you're probably going to run into something that I like here. And definitely also check me out over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Akoto Kusamoto there. And while you're at it, while we're doing plugs for everyone here, let me do a couple of shout outs very quickly to my friends and mods over on Twitch, which is First Oni, Catharsis Gaming, Kitty Loves Ozzy, Guyver TV, and good old Catrum. So go find them over on Twitch as well. Give them follows while you are at it. And if you're interested in following some other things, if you like indie music or weird stuff that I talk about, by all means go over to trilexradio.com and check that out for more indie music and just it's good background music when you're doing things. And we got live shows every day. It's a fantastic station. I love working there. So definitely go over there and check it out. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye. We're going to do some grinding off camera. I hope you had a fantastic time, and I hope to see you again soon. But no matter what happens tonight, make sure you go out and play some games, have some fun. I'll see you again real soon. Take it easy, everyone.